Group Captain, you earlier on you were talking about the objective of this Safe School initiative, and with this latest development now, can you just conclude on your thoughts there?
Yes, like I said, we started with the Safe School initiative under Gordon Brown, former British Prime Minister, as a result of the first Chibok girls abduction, which attracted a lot of international attention. A group of concerned stakeholders, organized through the Gordon Brown to bring assistance to Nigeria. They came with some funding. As of that time, they were able to survey some schools and transfer, especially girls, from areas that are heavily impacted by security to other schools. Okay. They were able to achieve some relative this, but like I said, that was internationally driven, something. But I think that Safe School initiative by Gordon Brown didn't last long. Okay. Probably, maybe he didn't get a lot of buy-in. So when that finished again, unfortunately, schools again were being abducted, Kankara, Chibok, and the rest, and so on and so forth. So the federal government entered into a collaboration with other international partners in what has now come to be called Safe School Declaration. Okay. In 2019, the Nigeria ratified that document, entered into it. It was brought by the then acting Minister of Education, Adamu. It was signed physically by the late President Muhammadu Buhari. But it's a different thing like we see in most documents. It's different than signing the document. It's a different thing actually doing what you're supposed to do. Under the Safe School Declaration, there are so many things you can do, to at least, do some projection, do some preventive.
Some of these things?
For example, okay, the Safe School Declaration, requires you to carry certain measures. There are the ones of physical security. First, physical security, what do I mean by that? At least even having a fence, a perimeter wall around schools. You'll agree with me, if you go to some of the schools in this area, they don't even have a perimeter wall. That means you can enter from any direction. Physical security also involves having a structured exit and entry into the school, where you can regulate who enters, how people are counted, and so on and so forth. That is for physical security. Okay. Then you also have procedural security. Schools are supposed to have, security plans, emergency plans. Okay. They are also supposed to have things like drills, where children, teachers, they will be told if there is an alarm, what do you do? They're supposed to have an early warning system. Okay. And also, just like the question Madam asked him, it also involves community engagement. The Safe School should also have a community engagement where the people are sensitized how they can raise alarm when they suspect there's any security going. You have to have issues like lights within the schools. Most of these attacks happen in the night. Okay. If a place is lighted, research has shown that any law breaker, he doesn't like a place that is lighted. Leaving schools with overgrown weeds, leaving them with no light, that helps the people to at least approach very near before you even know where they are going. And one thing I should not listen. Yes, he mentioned one thing that I agree with. You cannot police all the schools in Nigeria. You cannot put army in all. In fact, it's even counterproductive. If you ask educational psychologists, they will say children at that age should not be seeing guns and the rest. But you can make schools prepared. A safe school is a school that is prepared, not actually a school that is militarized. That preparation also involves, even while setting up, if it is a new school, definitely there are areas that are more, you do a risk assessment. Like this area, this Maga, is between Zamfara. If it's in the forested area, between Zamfara and Niger State. It is at that border area. So definitely, even without being told, schools in such areas, they need more attention. Like, for example, better than a school that is in Abuja or Lagos. If we don't have the resources to do that, you put the resources in these areas that are prone to this kind of conflict. So this is what the Safe School is. But so, unfortunately, after signing the document, Nigeria is not doing much with this. First problem was that, like I told you, when you say safe schools, ordinarily, logically, you will expect Ministry of Education should be the one in charge. We have even a bureaucratic problem in Nigeria, where the Safe School Declaration now is not domiciled in Ministry of Finance. It's domiciled, because I said this because I have worked on that program. It is domiciled in Ministry of Finance. I don't know how that started during the Buhari administration, and it needs to be changed. So when you bring, if one talk honestly, I have discussed with people from Ministry of Finance, I've discussed with people from Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education rightly would believe it is their program. But the program is in Ministry of Finance now. Wow. So you already see that confusion. That's what. So secondly, Since then, there was a 6-year plan of financing the safe school. I know some money was released. I don't know with all this holding of 2014 budget, 2024 budget, did not work.
I was